Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're looking at an absolutely incredible, highly accessible career path that's just blowing up right now in the trades. If you've ever, thought about shifting gears, taking those hands-on skills you already have, and stepping into a role with massive, growing demand, well, you are exactly in the right place. We are unpacking the ultimate guide to becoming a domestic ventilation surveyor right here in the UK. And listen, it's not just about inspecting fans. It's really about solving a critical health and housing issue using some seriously cutting-edge tools. So let's get right to it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the UK ventilation crisis, then we'll look at the AI-powered surveyor, walk to the day-to-day job, and explain the core ventilation systems. After that, we'll do a quick reality check on the pros and cons, and finally show you exactly how to start your training today.
Part 1. The UK ventilation crisis.
And this brilliantly illustrates the central paradox we're facing in modern UK housing. Look, on one hand, homes are getting more airtight and way better insulated than ever before, which is fantastic news for reducing our energy bills, right? We're keeping the heat in. But on the flip side, when you seal a home up that tightly without figuring out proper airflow, you are just inviting poor ventilation. And that right there is what causes the serious mold, the damp, and those nasty condensation problems we're seeing pop up in homes every single day. We've essentially trapped the moisture inside. So this is exactly why these homes desperately need professional assessment.
Because of this exact crisis, domestic ventilation surveyors are just in incredible demand right now. I mean, the call is coming from all angles across the UK. You've got housing providers, retrofit contractors, dedicated ventilation specialists, and they are all desperately looking for that person, the hero, really, who can walk into a property, figure out exactly what is failing in that airtight environment, and confidently recommend the next steps. There is literally a massive job market waiting for folks trained to solve this very specific problem.
Part 2. The AI-powered surveyor. Now, if the idea of sitting behind a desk and drowning in paperwork fills you with absolute dread, you can seriously breathe easy. Because from day one of this career, artificial intelligence acts as your ultimate administrative sidekick. Just think about what it literally takes off your plate. It drafts your survey reports, it actually organizes those messy, hastily scribbled site notes into something readable, it structures your practical recommendations, and it completely handles that repetitive admin. You honestly don't need to fear heavy paperwork anymore because the tech is built right into your workflow to do the heavy lifting for you.
I love this quote because it perfectly captures the whole philosophy of this modern role. The surveyor can focus on the work that needs a human on site. The AI isn't replacing the job. No way. It's an enabler. By completely removing that administrative burden, the AI frees you up to do what you actually do best, the hands-on, practical problem solving. You get to actually be present on site, interacting with the environment, and doing the physical assessments that only a real human being can do.
Part 3. The day-to-day job.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a typical, logical, on-site workflow. Step by step, here's what you're doing. First, you arrive and inspect the property for condensation, mold, damp, and stale air. Second, you figure out exactly what ventilation system that home is currently running. Third, you get hands-on. You check if that system is actually suitable for the property and, functioning properly. And finally, you document the whole thing with clear photos and accurate measurements. Then, your AI sidekick takes the baton to build the report based on your findings. It's just a highly structured, methodical, and incredibly satisfying process.
Now, you might be wondering, do I even have the right background for this? And the answer is almost certainly yes. This role is literally the perfect career transition for anybody with a background in trades, construction, electrical work, plumbing, heating, retrofit, or really any housing and surveying background. Your existing hands-on experience translates absolutely perfectly here. And hey, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're ready for a change and want a career that truly respects your practical background, you are exactly who this industry is searching for.
Part 4. Core ventilation systems explained.
Now, what's really interesting here is how simple these intimidating acronyms are when we place them side by side. You're primarily going to be identifying three main systems. First up is MEV, which is mechanical extract ventilation. Its whole job is simply to extract stale air specifically from wet rooms like your bathrooms and kitchens. Next is MVHR, mechanical ventilation with heat recovery. This one's the multitasker. It extracts stale air, supplies fresh filtered air, and actually recovers heat in the process. Pretty cool, right? Finally, we have PIV, positive input ventilation. This system gently pushes fresh air into existing homes to actively fight off condensation. Once you know these three, well, you've got the foundation of the whole job.
And don't worry, you won't just be guessing out there. This role is rigorously grounded in real current standards. We're talking specifically about the Part F building regulations, which are the actual legal standards governing domestic ventilation. It's also fully supported by recognized training routes like BPAC and NICIC. So I really want to assure you this career isn't just some flash in the pan. It is deeply rooted in legitimate, legally recognized building standards and professional training that gives you absolute credibility from day one.
Part 5. Reality check. Pros and cons. So, the crucial point is, we need to balance the daily grind with the ultimate payoff, just to be radically honest with you. On the repetitive side, yes, even with your AI sidekick, you will be dealing with compliance records, and you will definitely find yourself explaining the exact same ventilation issues to different people, day in and day out. But look at the rewarding side. You get to do practical, hands-on work in a field with just massive, exploding demand. You are making a very real, tangible impact on people's health and living conditions by getting rid of that mold and damp. Plus, there's a super clear career progression into senior ventilation, retrofit, or housing quality roles. I mean, the rewards absolutely speak for themselves.
Part 6. Start your training today. So you can actually get trained through the LELAIL platform, and it is incredibly accessible. Look, this isn't your standard, dry, sit-in-a-classroom textbook course. First off, it's multilingual, available in over 100 languages. It's a completely voice-first, highly interactive experience that's specifically designed to be accessible to everyone, meaning your tech skills or any language barriers, not going to hold you back. And of course, the whole thing wraps up with a full completion certificate to formally prove your new expertise.
Getting started is literally as easy as having a conversation. You just need to head over to LELAIL.com and use this exact voice prompt. Just ask LELAIL, start the Domestic Ventilation Surveyor course. That's it. That is the entire doorway to your new career, just sitting there, ready and waiting for you to walk right through it today. I want to leave you with the really powerful motto of this training platform, no one left behind. The UK housing sector desperately needs folks with real, practical skills to step up and solve this massive ventilation crisis. The training is completely accessible, the AI handles all the annoying admin, and the demand is just off the charts. So, the only question left to ask yourself is, are you ready to take your hands-on experience and use it to fix the UK's housing crisis today?